All right, you guys, here we are hopping into the Gods of Destruction Assemble Challenge event. Now, with that being said, we are going to be seeing a God Goku friend unit along our side. I was going to use a Trunks unit, but I decided to use the God Goku friend unit. Basically, so you guys can see that it is possible to use your friend God Goku unit and like your actual God Goku unit. You can use the two active skills within the same turn. They don't have any harsh restrictions that we would see, on like in LR Broly, how you can only use one of their domains and, certain stuff like that. But some actives like that, you see a certain reason why only one can be used. But just letting you guys know, just like a little piece of advice. But jumping into this first rotation, we can use the active mainly because we do have a Xeno ally within the same turn. So that's one of the key things to running this guy is that you do want to make sure you have other Xeno characters on the team. And then if you decide to run them on a team with, LR Tech UI Goku and like, some other God Key type characters that aren't heroes units, then I would say, you can still get a lot of things done with this guy because he does have good links with other, godly Realm of God type characters and whatnot. So, excuse me. Now with God Trunks in slot 2, it's not going to be too bad. We do have Vegito as well. God Trunks with his Easy A, he is pretty good, but it's not like he's just this stellar unit that's like going to make a huge difference. And it does kind of hurt to say that because, I wanted Trunks to be a little bit better than what he is. But, for what he is, he's really just a big support type character. He does have some good attack and defense, additionals, and he can get additional supers. I would say it's, starting to look a lot similar to how Vegito can get, a lot of additionals. Limit Breaker Vegito, not physical Vegito. Physical Super Saiyan 4 Vegito, he can get additionals too, but... Alright, here we are with Limit Breaker Vegito. Finally got that voice active from this guy. Took them so damn long. Like, it literally took them to, like, for them to be closing up Super Dragon Ball Heroes to just put the voices on these characters. That's just insane to me. Now, for a rotation like this is, like, one of the hardest rotations you can really see as far as, like, team setup wise because Vegito and his Universal Tree Goku in the same rotation is like lethal, bro. Especially if you have your Limit Breaker Vegito at like a higher percentage. Unfortunately, mine is only at 55%. Excuse me. I do have some good equips on him though, so that is like the main thing that kind of like keeps him afloat when I like bring him into different events and whatnot. And of course, the overall support from like other heroes units. No. Goku. Let's go. So, as you saw, wasn't that hard. We could take down the Universe 7 Beerus challenge event. Now we are just going to hop right into the next challenge event with the next God of Destruction. Now, for my next video, just like a forewarning, the next video I put out with these guys, I will be putting out a more challenging video. I do want to see these guys go up against a little bit of Beast Gohan action in the blue zone and Gogeta and whatnot, because I really do want to see the villain team. I want to take up my extreme team against who is it? Now I can't even think of it. I want to take him up against Gogeta, and I want to take him up against Boo. I want to take the super class against Boo. I have some high doubts with him, but at the same time, I'm seeing, if you have a certain setup, then it is, it's very possible. But here we go. Hey. Alright, now we have the entrance animation. So, with that being said, this is, oh yeah. So, we did hop into a little bit of red zone action. I wanted to show the difficulty levels and like really how this team can still be, pretty successful. I know for the most part, I've been taking this guy up against certain challenge events that are a tad bit easier for you to be, actually successful in certain events and whatnot. So I really wanted to bring this guy into different events, just like I brought Demigra and some of my other units. I wanted to show you guys that you can bring these guys into the red zone, challenge events. And it is possible to get it done and like actually succeed in winning against some of these bosses. But of course, it's going to vary from everybody's setup. Some people only have certain characters at 55%. Some have, characters at rainbow. So it is going to vary from person to person. The average person that probably is not aiming for heroes are probably not going to go through these events so easily with their teams because they might not have, built up teams like that. Versus somebody who, very similar to me, where they might go all in for heroes units and actually get the units rainbowed with hella stones, and it actually becomes like a pinnacle like side team that we actually use. Results can look very, very different from somebody who, is along those lines. We are seeing some good numbers, especially for them being like multiple bosses. These are some pretty good numbers, and we're getting some additional super attacks from Goku. Not so much from Vegito and Gohan. It is a tad bit disappointing. Right, now we have Limit Breaker Vegito along with God Trunks and our new Super Saiyan Warrior in Black. Now, with that guy, I would say he's more so of like a real big support character. He's not even that like, I wouldn't even say he's like that much of like a difference maker for your team and whatnot. If you just, decided not to really go too far, and like if you just didn't happen to pull him, then I would say you didn't really like miss out on anything. But he is a very good support character as far as like crossover and like Super Saiyans and whatnot, because not only him, but there are other characters from the crossover category that can actually support outside teams other than just crossover and Super Dragon Ball Heroes. So that is one thing to take in mind if you do have him. Just consider the fact that you can use him on certain teams, certain type of challenge events and stuff like that. But I'm trying to find this kit real quick. My computer's not moving the best speed-wise right now. And we do get these additionals by Trunks. Really more of like additional normals, but they do have a little bit of crit to them, so. Yes, sir. Now, this Saiyan Warrior in Black, he does get some additional supers, and he does have crit in his kit already, so I wouldn't make it like a huge mission to try and like add a whole bunch of crit to his like hidden potential, because he already has it like built in. So I wouldn't think, oh, I gotta put all these different equips on him. I would still focus more so on putting more of a defensive equip or like a dodge equip on them. Probably even more so dodge, for most of your crossover category characters, because when you take these characters into, different events, they are, like I was just saying in my other heroes like videos, heroes characters are not meant to be these huge like tanking characters like LRs and whatnot. They're really like on like par level of certain types of like side banner units, for big banners. So they're more on like the comparable, like levels of that or like free to play. But for sure though, they're not as bad as like free to play characters. Not at all. They are, way above that. No disrespect to the heroes characters, but you know what I'm saying. Now we do have Goku in slot one. And we have our friend Goku in the third slot. Now, yes sir. So we do get that additional super. He can get up to like 3 to 4 additional supers in a turn. You see, he almost took out Bojack by himself. Like that is crazy. And Vegito backing him up. Now this is the final stage, I believe. Now when, let me see. Oh shoot. Yeah, I was about to say I knew somebody was gonna get locked. So we got Trunks locked in slot 3, and Limit Breaker Vegito. He has this active that we can possibly use. I feel like you really don't have to use it, but it can help you out in certain situations. But if you can tell that like you can probably have a good chance of winning without using it, then I would sometimes. But alright, so we got that 4.9, basically 5 mil with that active skill attack. Now, if he was at least 69, 79, or 90%, or even rainbowed, we probably could have saw like a potential of like 6 to like 10 million with that damage right there with his active. But I need to really get a better, like a higher equip as far as the attack power. It took a little bit of gather damage right there. Didn't like that. Yeah, I would definitely say that Limit Breaker Vegito and the boy Universal God Tree Goku. I'm trying to think of like a shorter name I could call him, but it's almost like really nothing, just really Super Saiyan Blue Goku, God Tree or whatever. But these two, and then I would say Trunks, they're probably like the top, super class units from the crossover category. I would still say physical Super Saiyan 4 Vegito, Bardock, Gohan, the Super Saiyan 4 variants. They are still top tier like characters as far as like support when we talk about super class units. And I would even say that Pan, she's got her Easy A, and she's a very good support character as well, as far as like giving that additional attack and defense. And then she has the if you put a lot of dodge on her, then she can really allow you to like sustain yourself in certain fights. Yes, sir. And we saw right there, we got 7.4 million with that attack. Now, like I was saying, you can get that procced with, basically once you get to like turn 5, or even if you have a Xeno ally within the same attacking turn, you can get that active skill attack to proc. So, as you saw though, that is the specialty with the Super Saiyan 4 partner unit. That's probably one of my favorite like active attacks in the game. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Yes, sir. So with that, we were able to get through the Bojack. I said Bojack. The Bojack Red Zone stage. So with that being said, what do I think about this character? I think he's a amazing leader character for like crossover teams, and like I was saying earlier, you can put this guy on other outside teams across or aside from crossover characters and whatnot. He's not one of those very restricted characters. He is very versatile. So, in my personal opinion, between him, God Trunks, and our new Super Saiyan Bardock unit, I would say he's definitely the best unit out of the out of the bunch that we got. But let me know down in the comments what you think about Universal God Tree Goku, and just let me know what you think about the Heroes campaign overall. I will catch you guys in the next video.